Hey everybody, we are going to start a 5-part series on what it takes to win in government contracting. And this is actually based on chapter or episode 1 in the Game Changers for Government Contractors book. Chapter 1 is about what it takes to win. And so I want to do a video series on this and start with the first one, which is time. Time is really important when it comes to government contracting. And I think a lot of people hear about government contracting and it sounds like it's going to be really easy. It sounds like it's going to be really quick. It sounds like if you get a couple of statuses or certifications, your small business, your minority certification, your 8A, your STVOSB, your hub zone, whatever it may be, it sounds like if you get those certifications that the government is literally just going to start throwing money at you. And that is not the case. Let me repeat that. That is not the case. So a lot of times, time is what you need. There's been a lot of different surveys, and a lot of people through their surveys have said that it takes an average of 3 to 5 years to learn government contracting. But the SBA has also done several different studies, and they believe that more than 50% of companies fail in the first 3 years. So if it takes 3 to 5 years to learn government, but most companies fail, or half companies fail in the first 3 years, the deck is really stacked against you in the time frame. And so if you're expecting this to be like, hey, overnight success, then that's where a lot of people have challenges. And so when we formed RSM Federal, our whole focus was how do we shorten that time period? How do we go from 3 to 5 years to 6 to 12 months for people to learn government contracting? Because the number one thing against you is time. Most people just don't have time. And so when I talk to brand new people in this market, one of the questions I ask is, hey, if you're a brand new company, do you have the time? Do you have 6 to 12 months to learn the market? Are you starting from ground zero? Is this the only client you're going to have? Do you already have commercial clients and that sort of thing? Because if you already have commercial clients, that buys you more time to learn the market and those sort of stuff. And so time is not on your side. You can make it on your side by educating yourself with videos like this. There's a ton of free resources on YouTube. There's a ton of free resources on all the podcast platforms that are out there. You can listen to Game Changers for Government Contractors. You can buy books like this, for $20 or less. You can buy a whole bunch of different books that are out there. And I mean, that's a really reasonable price point to educate yourself on how to do this. I'm just telling you, you've got to dive in head first when it comes to educating yourself on the market, because it takes a while. Not only does it take a while to educate yourself about the market, it takes a while for you to educate yourself about your customers, about your niche, about who's buying what you sell. And then it takes time to position yourself with them. And even if you found an RFP that you were the only one that was going to bid on it, and you found that tomorrow, guess what? It's probably got 30 days before that RFP closes. And then maybe one or two other people do decide to respond to that. And then maybe they take 30 days, 45 days, 60 days to award the contract. Then maybe they take another month or two before they put you on the contract. So even best case scenario, you win a contract in your first 30 days. It may be 6 months before you get your first check from that. Now, that should not deter you from coming into this market. It should educate you on what is possible in this market. Those are some of the worst case scenarios of how long after you've won a contract, how you might actually get your first check. But it's reality, and you need to know that. Just because you get issued a purchase order or something like that doesn't mean you're going to get money. You've got to fulfill the work or deliver the product or service or whatever, and then you get paid, usually on net 30, that sort of thing. So time is one of the things that you really have to understand about this market. You have to be really, really patient, but you've got to dive in head first and start doing all the things you need to do so that you can accelerate that and squish that timeline down from 3 to 5 years. Maybe it's out here somewhere, I don't know, from 3 to 5 years down to 6 to 12 months or less. And so educate yourself, educate yourself, educate yourself. in every single way you can. Ask questions of people in this market. Start turning over rocks and learning about your customers. That's one of the most important things you can do. Start, connecting with them. Start responding to their RFIs and other things they have, and just get into the community. Once you get in, it's one of those things where you don't know what you don't know, but as soon as you get in, you're going to have all these questions, and that's where folks like us come in, and we can really help a lot with that. And so if you have any questions or need anything, you can reach out to me. One of the best ways is email, or you can reach me through LinkedIn. That's a great way. You can just message me there. You can message me on YouTube, whatever it might be. A lot of different ways to get a hold of me. Another thing that I recommend is, if you're brand new, go check out Federal Access. That's our training platform for government contractors. And so all of our knowledge and all of our resources in there. You've got over 200 strategy guides in there. You've got 100 different templates. You've got hundreds of hours of training videos and support and all that. So go check out Federal Access. There's links to Federal Access in the description for this video if you want to go check it out. There's links to all our books and all that kind of stuff is in there. And then last but not least, if you have questions, you know how to reach me. Email, LinkedIn, carrier pigeon, YouTube message, whatever it may be. It's super easy to get a hold of me, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Be on the lookout for part 2 of this, where I talk about some of the knowledge that you need in order to accelerate that 3 to 5 years. So we're going to talk about knowledge in the next video. See you next time.